At just 20 years old, Sadie Sink is already one of Hollywood's most in-demand actresses with a hit show. You may have just heard of it. It's a little series called Stranger Things.
Oh, I know that one. Now Sadie is co-starring in The Whale with Brendan Fraser. It's a film that's getting a lot of awards buzz. Sadie plays Brendan's estranged and angry teenage daughter. Take a look.
You don't have to be angry at the whole world. You can just be angry at me.
Okay, you know what? You can't throw me away like I'm a piece of garbage and then suddenly just want to be my dad 8 years later. You left me for your boyfriend. It's that simple. And if you've been telling yourself anything different, then you're lying to yourself.
Oh, Sadie,
we're so dark for the morning.
Sorry. It's dark, and it's remarkable. I got to watch it last night. Brendan Fraser is incredible. Had you ever seen any of his films before this?
Not before I started working on The Whale. So I really just kind of saw him as this character. Since then, I've had a lot of fun watching some old Brendan Fraser movies.
So, Sadie, a lot of people are talking about this movie. Just give a little, if you can, backstory on what we were seeing right there. Your character, his character, what people will see when they go check it out.
So the story is about Charlie, played by Brendan, who is a reclusive online English teacher. After the death of his partner and the love of his life, Alan, he slipped into a deep state of depression and started self-medicating with food, to the point where we now find him in the last week of his life, which is where the film takes place. And he attempts to reconnect with his estranged daughter, who he left when, like we saw, when she was 8 years old.
That's you. Your character is angry. She's a little mean. Is it true that your brother was like, afterwards, just couldn't believe your character said that he was angry at you a little?
Yeah, I think some of her behavior, I guess, is hard to justify at points because she is just in so much pain and it's manifested into these really bizarre and cruel coping mechanisms. But yeah, he was definitely shocked and had no remorse for her. But hopefully, I don't know, it goes either way.
Yes.
It's been amazing to watch the reaction to this. You go to somewhere like the Venice Film Festival and it gets a 6.5-minute standing ovation afterward. You make a movie, you know this, and you feel like it's good, but you don't know how it's going to be received. Have you been amazed at the reaction to this movie?
I really have. And also kind of the film industry is pretty new to me. I come from the TV space more so. So it's all been like it's been like a first experience for me, just doing the film festival circuits and everything. But it's been a real joy to see how the film has been received and to see Brendan have such an incredible moment.
Yeah. Okay, so we heard that you got your first roles on stage. We actually did a little digging, our research team, and we found this footage of you playing Annie in Houston. Take a look.
Look at you.
How old did you know, like when you knew, first of all, you were talented.
Thank you.
Already had the red hair, that helped.
Yeah, it did help, I guess. Yeah, I think I just turned 9 years old there. That was like my first real professional production with like actual adults in it. So that was a big deal for me. And yeah, that's kind of where my love started. And yeah, I had that passion at a very, very young age. So I'm just kind of grateful to my family for like lifting that up. And
your parents moved here with you, right? To New York so that you could play Annie on Broadway?
Yeah, so that was in Houston. And then shortly after that, I got Annie on Broadway. So then everyone just moved up here so that we could do it.
Boy, you're talented. So you've got this big movie everybody's talking about. You've done Annie on Broadway, and oh, by the way, Stranger Things.
Yes, we've heard of it.
Season 5 is in the works, I understand, right now. What do we know about it so far?
We know that it's happening and that it is the last season. So it's going to be emotional, I'm sure. Spoiler free, just with the way that my character ended in season 4, I have no idea
what's going to happen.
What is going to happen, but I'll be there.
We talk about transitions a lot on this show, and you've played this character for 6 years, is that right? Since you were 14?
Yeah.
So what is it going to feel like to say goodbye, do you think?
Oh, it's going to be awful. It's going to be horrible. And I mean, these kids, this entire cast and crew, this is like, I mean, it's family. And people say that all the time, but I genuinely mean it. And to think that you have to kind of say goodbye to that security and knowing that we'll be seeing each other for another season, it's scary and sad, but I think it's exciting to kind of move on to the next chapter, I guess.
Well, watching you already in this film is incredible, and we know that your star is just going to rise. So thank you so much.
20 years old, already done so much great work, and you can catch The Whale in theaters now. Sadie, it's great to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Incredible film. Thank you.